You talk too much, you worry me to death. You talk too much, you even worry my pet.
Thank you very much, Art. Good morning. I know that you're all very busy. I appreciate you taking the time to attend this workshop, and it's a pleasure for me to be with you today. And I have a question for everybody here. How many of you expected me to say exactly what I did? Almost word for word. Thank you very much, Art. It's a pleasure to be here. I know you're busy. How many expected that? And the answer, of course, is that everybody here knew exactly what I was going to say. So for me, that was a very easy communication. A very easy little presentation. And it was easy for three reasons. Number one, I knew what I was going to say. Number two, you knew what I was going to say. And number three, I knew that you knew. I could have mumbled. You all would have understood, good morning, my name is, because that's how meetings begin. It was my line. And in our everyday lives of communications, we have certain stock lines. You walk into a clothing store, and a salesperson approaches you. What will that salesperson say? May I help you? Aren't they creative? They don't have to be. It's their line. Then we have a line. They say, can I help you? What do we say? No thanks, just looking. Getting others to understand and accept your ideas. Now, there are two parts to that, getting people to understand and accept your ideas. And the first part is, what do you say? And then, how do you say it? So first we have the content, what do you say? And then the delivery skills, how do you say it? Now, which one is more important? And the answer to that is neither. They're equally important. And the reason they're equally important, if you have content, you know what you are going to say, excuse me, but no delivery skills, nobody pays attention to what you're saying. And on the other hand, if you have great delivery skills, but have no content, nothing happens. In fact, that actually is worse when you have the person who's the great presenter, but has no content. People come up to you after a meeting like that and they say to you, I really enjoyed your presentation. You don't want people to come up to you after a meeting and say to you, I really enjoyed your presentation. You want people to say, I understood your idea, let's do it. The listeners can't see what's going on in your stomach. They can't see the perspiration in your armpits and your hands, even when they're forming little pools on the floor. Now, sometimes we can smell nervousness, but usually we don't see it. So what do we do when we are nervous? Movement, pacing and shifting. We have two types of pacers. First, we have the slow, deliberate pacer. Good morning. We have an exciting new marketing plan to share with you today. It's one of the most creative things that our marketing department has ever come up with. And it looks like I'm saying, but I can't remember if I left it over here or did I leave it over here. Then we have the fast pacer, the military instructor. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you today. If I can get to the door, I'm out of here. Now, there's nothing wrong with movement if there's a purpose to the movement. If I'm talking about cost and somebody told me Art's interested in cost, I'll come here, I'll talk to Art. If I want to point something out on a screen, I can walk over and point it out. So I'm not saying you want to look like a statue.
Again,
move if there's nervousness. The voice cracking in a presentation. Good morning. And that happens. Your throat gets tight, your voice cracks. Most of the nervousness in your voices, the listeners don't hear. We don't hear our own voice. Right now, I am not hearing what you are hearing. The proof of that, you all remember the first time that you heard yourself on a tape recorder. And even now, when you listen to your own voicemail, it doesn't sound like you. Everybody else sounds just like they do, except you. And we all, gee, I don't sound like that, do I? Well, yeah, you do. That's the voice. We all think we have a better voice. You don't. That's the voice that other people hear. So you'll feel the vibrations, but most of the time the listeners don't hear it. non-words we do here. Non-words are words like you know. And good morning. I got here this morning, you know, and we couldn't get power to the projector, you know. And I thought, well, how am I going to do this without a projector, you know? And you want to say, no, I don't know. The reason we put in these non-words is we are afraid of silence.